Hey everyone, and welcome back to another eShop Deals video, where each and every week we go through the Nintendo Switch eShop and we pick out some of the best games that are currently on sale. And once again this week, we've got an awesome list with most of the games being the first ever time they'll be on the series. So if you've been looking for new games and following the series for a while, today is going to be a great video. Now, just as usual, the quick reminder that halfway through the video, we'll be once again giving away two $5 eShop gift cards. If you want to participate in those giveaways, all you need to do is be subscribed to the channel and drop a comment down below in the video. You can then check out the next deals video, and I'll be pretty much announcing the winners there. And lastly, if you get to the end of today's video and you're still looking for other great deals, I'll always be linking down below last week's eShop deals video, as well as the latest under $5 list, because most of those deals are still running and I never repeat them 2 videos in a row. So now, with all that stuff out of the way, let's not waste any more time, jump straight into those deals. Just don't forget, if you are liking what you see, consider hitting that like button. Now we're going to be starting today's list with a returning deal, but it's one that's at a brand new lowest ever price, and that is Moonlighter, the Complete Edition, that is now 80% off, dropping to only $5.79, and will be running till April 17th. Now on the Switch, we have a lot of pixel art roguelite dungeon crawlers. However, Moonlighter is probably one of my all-time favorites. And that's probably because it's not only a dungeon crawler, because in between each run, you pretty much have to run your family business. And the game is all about balancing what items you're going to be selling in your shop to make money versus which ones you'll need to upgrade your equipment and get further into dungeons. And on top of it, Moonlighter has probably one of my favorite soundtracks of all games currently on the Nintendo Switch. So while you're adventuring, you have some great melodies to accompany you. Now, the one thing I do want to point out, make sure you pick up the Complete Edition. The base edition is $4.99, but for only 80 cents extra, you get the DLC that separately would cost you $3.50. Overall, just an amazing pickup for this week. Now, next for today, we have Saints Row, both the 3rd and 4th entries that are at $11.99. However, for the 3rd entry, this is a new lowest ever price and will be running till April 4th. Now, first of all, I know this isn't the crazy Black Friday special where we got the 4th edition for only $2.79, but still, the gameplay you're getting here for only $12 is definitely a very good pickup. Now, the Saints Row series is pretty much an open world action game, and they really aim at over-the-top crazy action, with the 4th one probably being the craziest of all, where you're actually fighting off an alien invasion. But trust me, the 3rd one is no slouch as well, although maybe not quite as crazy. And if you're wondering if these games run well on the Switch, they do, so that is not a worry for this particular series. So if you're into open world action games, these are some that I would definitely look at picking up for this week. Now, the next game on today's list is going to be a brand new entry, and I actually can't say the full title, so it's Void B-Words. That is 60% off, dropping the price to only $13.19. However, if you want to pick this game up, do move quick. The deal is ending on March 31st. So this time around, we have another roguelite game. However, it is combined with an FPS shooter type of gameplay. And once again, for this game, just as Moonlighter, make sure you're picking up the deluxe bundle because you really get the DLC at a much lower price. But I really think that this game is a sleeper hit on the Switch. I mean, everyone who's played it generally loves the gameplay, but I don't think enough people have tried the game. And if you're worried about the difficulty level that generally comes with roguelites, I would say that this one actually does a lot to make it approachable. On top of it, the humor and cartoony art style that they're using is just amazing. So if you're a fan of roguelite type gameplay, but you want a totally off the walls different type of experience, definitely look at this game for this week. Or generally, if you're just an FPS fan that wants a different type of experience, this is going to be a great pickup. Now, the next entry in our series is a returning game, but it's one that's at a brand new lowest ever price, and that is Axiom Verge. That is now 70% off, dropping to only $5.99, and will be running till April 5th. On top of it, this game will be my pick of the week. Now, at its heart, Axiom Verge is a 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania that pulls a lot of inspiration from the original Super Metroid. And I would personally say that no other Metroidvania experience comes quite as close to reproducing the same type of alien experience that you got in Super Metroid. Now don't think that this is just a carbon copy, however, because this game really has its own lore, its own story, and its own type of gameplay. But overall, you've just got an amazing package here. You've got some great pixel art, you have an amazing soundtrack, and you have gameplay that is just time-tested and solid. Overall, at only $6, if you don't already own this game and you're a fan of Metroidvanias, this is a must-have for this week. Now, our next game is not a brand new entry to the series, however, I think in the whole history of the series, it's only appeared one other time, and that is One Step from Eden, that is now 40% off at a brand new low price of $11.99. This is another one, however, you'll have to move very quickly. It's ending on March 31st. Now, this game is quite a mashup of different gameplay styles. It's part deck building game, part real-time action RPG, and lastly, it even integrates roguelike elements. I think in reality, the only other series out there that I could maybe compare the gameplay to is slightly the Mega Man Battle Network series. However, I would say that the gameplay in One Step from Eden, however, is way more challenging, and secondly, the system goes a lot deeper. And other than a slight lack of variation in the different battlefields, I would say that a lot of people would even argue that the gameplay here is near perfect. So if you're a fan of strategy deck building and you're in for a mega challenge for this week, this one could be just a great pickup. So now it's time to take a quick break and announce today's winners of the $5 eShop gift cards. And our first winner for today is going to be AMX, who said, definitely going to pick up Flame in the Flood. The art style looks amazing. And I've got to definitely agree with you that art style is quite amazing, and I hope you picked up the game and you're having tons of fun with it right now. Now, our second winner for today is going to be Tegade, who is a longtime supporter of the channel and said, Flame in the Flood looks cool. Many of the games on the Sizzle Reel were past pick of the week. And once again, I've definitely got to agree that these Sizzle Reels often have a lot of gems included in them, and today's yet again is one you're not going to want to miss. So now all you need to do to claim your $5 eShop gift cards is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below. So now if we're jumping straight back into our deals, we have another amazing one, which is Steel Assault, that is at a brand new lowest ever price now of 40% off, dropping to $8.99, and this one will be running till April 3rd. Now this time around, we have an amazing retro style action platformer, and it's one that I would say is almost a blend of Castlevania mixed with a little bit of Ninja Gaiden. It also features a very original mechanic that is all based around a zip line, and I'm gonna tell you right now, once you get used to the mechanics in this game, there's actually quite a few crazy maneuvers you can pull off. Once again, however, this one will come with a challenging warning, because just like the series that I said this is based off of, it is quite challenging. However, I would say that it is a modernized and fair challenge, and through repetition and memorization, you'll make your way through the levels. One of the only major downsides I can think of is the game is just too short, and by the end, you're asking for more. But overall, at 40% off, if you're a fan of that style of gameplay, definitely worth a pickup. Now the next game on today's list is another one that I just love, and that is Turnip Boy Commits Tax Evasion, that is back to 40% off, dropping to only $8.99. However, once again, this one you'll have to move quickly because it's ending on March 31st. Now the base of the gameplay here is that of a top-down Zelda game, so you have a nice blend of combat, puzzle solving, and exploration. However, I think what I loved most about this game here is the absurdity behind the storyline and how funny the different interactions are, filled with tons of sarcasm. And once again, there's only one major downside to this game yet again. It is just too darn short. You can finish it in about 3 hours. However, if you take time to explore and find all the secrets, you can probably extend that by another couple of hours. But nonetheless, you get to the end of the game and all you do is want more adventuring. However, at least they did drop some DLC that gives you a little bit of post-endgame content. But even at that, this game is so good that at $9, even for the original 3 hours, I would easily pay it. Now the next game on today's list is another brand new entry at a brand new lowest ever price, and that is B.ARK. That is now 30% off, dropping the price to only $6.99, and this one will be ending on April 1st. Now this game is a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up where you'll be flying through space as adorable animals. I would say that the high points of this game is definitely number 1, it almost looks like a Saturday morning cartoon, and number 2, the gameplay is nonetheless extremely solid for a side-scrolling shooter. However, not among one of the more challenging side-scrolling shooters. And lastly, maybe one of the best sales points for some people out there, this game actually allows up to 4-player local co-op, which just makes it a great pickup for anyone who loves playing with family or friends. At $6.99, this game is another great pickup. Now next on today's list, we have Assassin's Creed, the Ezio collection that's getting its first major discount of 25% off, dropping the price to $29.99, and this one will be running till April 7th. Now to a lot of fans of Assassin's Creed, Ezio is probably one of the most popular protagonists of the whole series. And although the visuals and gameplay are starting to be a little dated, Assassin's Creed 2 is still nonetheless one of my favorite entries. And pretty much in this collection, you're getting Assassin's Creed 2 with all the DLC included, as well as Brotherhood and Revelations. Overall, if you're a fan of the Assassin's Creed series and you haven't played through any of these games yet, well, you know what? Right now, for $30, getting all 3 in one package is actually a really nice pickup. So yet again, it's time for this week's Sizzle Reel of deals, and just as I said earlier, this is definitely one you're not going to want to miss. So now we're at the end of another eShop deals video, and just as usual, I want to hear from all of you. What games are you going to be picking up for this week? You can always leave that for me down below in the comments. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to the channel supporters. Their support each and every month is super important to help the channel keep growing, and if ever you want more information, the link is down below in the description of the video. And don't forget on the way out that if you did like the content, consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel if you aren't already, and hitting the notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.